everybody, Dr. Rick Wallace. It's been a long day at the office. Been going since 4 this morning. I'm not done yet. I'm going to just finish from home. Got a little burnt out in that office. You might want to buckle up for this one. I don't know if it's going to be long or not, but it's something I got to get off my chest. A lot of stuff. I've been doing business for way more than 30 years, one way or another. It's always been in my blood. My grandmother owned her own business salon, and my grandfather, after retiring after a 30-year career for Dresses Clark Industries, an all rig builder, until his almost untimely, he was 83, until his demise when he was 83 in 1992. He owned his own lawn care service and janitorial service. And so I've always had it in my blood. So it's always been my goal to build and own. And I've had some early stops along the way where things didn't work out and I had to do what I had to do, but my goal has always been fixed on that. But anyway, in the process of doing that, I've learned to let a lot of stuff roll off my back to what people think. I don't normally get off into what people think, and people get real disrespectful on my posts, on my channels, on my platforms and pages all across the places I do business and operate my organizations. I tend to just delete them and keep moving. Or if they get a little too out of pocket, I'll check them, and I'll check them as hard as they want to. I don't give a lot of attention to people who I think are just being trolls with no real intent on getting anything. But every now and then something hits me and I just got to get it off my chest. I have, over the course of probably the last 3 months, maybe the last 2 or 3 months, I've gotten a couple of inbox messages and an email from 3 different people, which incidentally, and I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it, but incidentally come from 3 males who present to be black, and I can't prove otherwise, but the theme was the same. So I'm going to address this once and for all. The basic theme was people are watching my coins in whatever way you can watch my coins, because outside of a few means that you can check, that's not a whole lot to know about my money, and I make it that way on purpose. Even when I'm not the person that gets out in front of my house to show my clients what you can have if you work with me. Look what I did. I have a number of different courses that I teach people to do certain things. My biggest business and my passion is human behavior, human performance. I deal with 2 primary components of psychology: traumatic healing and performance psychology. And I do a lot of things in that. But some kind of way, people tend to look for all kind of reasons to attack what you're doing. So these text messages and emails have basically boiled down to, hey, that's a nice vehicle you're riding in. Hey, that's a nice watch. You've had a couple of watches on. That's a nice office. And yet you're out here asking people to donate and help you with your passion. That's your passion. It seems like you got enough paper, you ought to be doing it on your own. First and foremost, let me tell you something. Over the course of the last 20 years, I've just raised approximately $10,000. Over the course of 20 years. I've got all the records. I keep it. For the longest time, I didn't get anything. Didn't really ask for that. So for a long time, I floated my organization solely out of my pocket because I could afford to. I was doing way better than I'm doing now. Money wasn't an issue, and so I was pouring into it. And I was being told then, you don't have to fund something legitimate and into ask people to participate. Like, no, man, I know my people not gonna go hard like I'm going hard. I don't want the frustration of raising it. I don't want people all up trying to tell me that this is, you know, a whole bunch of stuff I just didn't want to. And then I went through this real difficult moment where I hit rock bottom and I had to start over. But I never quit. You know, here's a part of the story for those who don't know my story. Here's a part of the story. Some time ago, it's been 11 years or something like that. Something like that. Things got real bad for me. And that was a period of time that I was literally not living in my own place. I was homeless in a number of different ways that you can be homeless. But even while I was homeless, I was doing the work I'm doing now in the Black community. I was servicing the community in a number of different ways. Black Men Lead never stopped. I was feeding the homeless. I was clothing the homeless while I was homeless. Nobody paid me to do it. Nobody gave me a damn dime to do it. I stood up and came up with ways to make that happen while I was picking myself up off the ground. Nobody gave me anything. I didn't actually start pushing and asking for anything until I reassumed the role of having a family. And now the money that I'm putting off and other things impacts my family. I have a right when I'm making the type of money I make to make sure my family's good first. And I also have a right when I'm operating in a community that benefits the entire community to ask the community to help. I shouldn't have to based off of what you perceive I have that I worked hard for. Nobody gave me. And trust me, nobody paid for anything I got. The money that I have gotten in 20 years, I spent in 3 months. Minimum. And that's maximum in the work I do. Probably a whole lot less than 3 months, depending on how many people. I get people that inbox me daily about needing services. And here's the thing, while you're sitting up trying to count my coins and determine why I should be asking for money, people are getting turned away because I had to learn to do that because the community doesn't support my work. I only mention it because there are people who know what I do and know how much it takes to get it done and are part of it, insist that I do it because they think my pride is making their work harder. Because I've learned my people aren't going to do jack on a big scale without going hellacious on it. Y'all gave Umar all kind of shit and talked about him, and the brothers got the school up. It may not be what you want, but it's his vision. He's the one doing the work. Now, I know for a fact, I've sent several people to him that had children that were dealing with particular issues that had to do with what he specializes in. And I know for a fact he helped them. Might not like his personality, might not like some of the stuff he jumps off into and does and says, but at the end of the day, I fact check that brother on any type of facts that he lays down, any type of documents he says you can find. I've gone and found them. Y'all attacked the brother on whether or not his doctorate was good. Never ask a white person jack about where they got their doctorate from, but you attacked his brother. And then when he stood up and was brought before the board because somebody was complaining, you didn't even have the wherewithal in the sense to realize you can't revoke a license that a person never had. But okay, you know, all that stuff like that. I'm just really sick and tired. My thing is, if you don't believe in what I'm doing, why are you even on my channel, first and foremost? I'm not here for clicks. I'm not here for likes. Now, the likes help the message get out. It don't help my ego. I stroke my own damn ego. I don't even ask my wife to stroke my ego. I know who I am. I've been knowing who I am for a very long time. That's why I can say what I can say without being worried about who's gonna get mad and who's gonna get pissed off. Everybody on the damn channel can unsubscribe and I'm gonna be okay. Because I only wanna reach the people who really believe in what I'm doing so they can do something. You don't have to give to me to benefit from what I'm giving. That's why I put it on the channel for free. You don't have to give, but I'm asking if you believe in what I do and it's in your heart to give. If you don't want to give, don't give. But I tell you what, take the stuff I'm telling you, check it out, vet it. Do whatever you got to do. And when you find out that, hey, this dude is the real deal, he's put in the work, he knows what he's talking about, take the shit and go do something with it. Because I tell you, if enough of you do that, I won't have to. If you do the work yourself, you don't have to worry about what I'm doing, and then it eases my my workload. Then I can sit up and say, hey, well, I got somebody I can connect you with. I got somebody over in Wilmington. I got somebody in Philly. I got somebody in Chicago. I got somebody in Detroit. All these places. I'm literally all over the place because people are calling me. I'm dealing with all kind of stuff from mothers worried about their kids who are incarcerated, from mothers worried about their children who are being mishandled by the school district, from mothers worried about boys that are starting to move off and become wayward, and they're concerned they're going to end up in a bad place or worse. I'm dealing with all of that on a regular freaking basis. But what I can tell you is, while you're sitting up trying to count my coins, some of these people aren't getting the help they need because I can only help so many. And I am never going to put me or my family in jeopardy to do it. I did that before. I'm going somewhere with what I'm doing. I'm taking me and my company into 2022 with a newfound focus and a new intent. And I've got a couple of things on my books that I want off my books that have been there for a while, and that's going to be taken care of. And then I'm smooth selling. I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to be good about it. And I'm going to do, but what I'm not going to do is sit up and justify my hard ass work and what I do with my paper. Again, if you don't like what I'm doing, if you don't like the fact that I'm not poor, that's the whole damn thing. We want our celebrities rich as hell, but we want our leaders poor as fuck. I remember how heartbroken I was when I found out that Dr. Ben needed somebody to pay for his funeral. Dr. Clark, Dr. Wilson. I mean, people that brought you life, that gave you a part of yourself you didn't even know existed. And they died broke because we want everything you got for free because it's ours. No, they spent hours learning that shit. They spent hours digging and learning and being able to bring it to you and teach it and share it and write about it and lecture on it and travel and do this stuff over and over and over and over again. They did that. And I believe that anybody that sits up and invests in the advancement of themselves and is willing to share it should be in some way compensated for it. They should not go broke elevating other people. No other place is doing that. No other group is doing that. But you want your celebrities just paid. And I ain't got no problem with celebrities and athletes being paid. But at the end of the day, celebrities and athletes aren't feeding the minds of our people, most of them. They aren't feeding the souls of our people. They aren't elevating our people. Some of them in the community, and thank God they are, because things will be a whole lot worse. But the vast majority of them are eating good and resting well while our people suffer. But you guys will go to bat for them and spend money on everything they got, from the fashion designers to everybody else. Y'all constantly pumping out there. I get it. But don't dare come at me and talk to me about what I'm wearing. I don't wear jack most of the time. I'm a hoodie type of guy. I gave up the whole clothes game. I used to own clothing stores. I was at the Magic Show twice a year for spring and fall. If you don't know what the Magic Show is, don't worry about it, but it's a big show in Vegas for clothing store owners and people who deal in fashion to see what was coming before it came there. I think they renamed it, but it was a Magic Show back then. I got a bunch of stuff like caps and stuff. Almost all my caps are that old, back when I owned those stores and all that stuff like that. But let me tell you something. back then, it was about, man, you never probably would see me in the same thing twice. And I probably was going to change 2 or 3 times a day. Now my fetishes are caps. I have a watch collection that I keep because I take care of stuff. And a shoe collection I keep because I take care of stuff. My foot stopped growing. So all I got to do is take care of it. Other than that, I pay for the office I'm in and I work my ass off to be there. Everything else is none of your business. My family is at what my family's doing is definitely not your business. But I work. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I probably won't be in bed till well after 10 o'clock tonight. And I do it 7 days a week. So don't come at me about what's going on. Ain't nobody donate no money to take care of me and my family. But if you feel that way, simply don't do it. I never seen no crap like this in my life where I gotta look like shit before you think about helping me help somebody else. I'm not asking you to help me. When I was down, I didn't ask for $1. I never stood out and put my hand out for one goddamn dollar when I was flat on my back. Not one time. I worked for every funky penny I had. I picked myself up with my hard work, not with nobody sitting up giving me no freaking handouts. And I think I got a right to ask when I'm out there doing shit for somebody else. If I was doing it for the money solely, nobody wouldn't be getting help. Because what I do well and I get paid well to do it. And that's how I'm able to contribute to my family. And you don't know what's going on with me and my family. Hell, between me and my wife, we got 13 kids. But you know what? Just the audacity to think like that. And I guarantee you, it's not somebody that's ever gave in their entire life to me. Probably to anybody. It's just looking for a reason to break down something because you don't like it. It's a shame that we have programs out there, not just mine, but we have programs out there that are going hard in the paint that I personally have connected to and work with to try to offer wraparound services, as Dr. Blanchard and I talk about so much, to those families who need them to the extent of the resources we have. So if it's something I don't do, I try to connect with people who do it so that I can offer it, so that I can. Right now, I actually need somebody for the state of Arizona. I've got a woman whose son is having problems. He's become a runaway, and she's concerned about him. She can't keep anything. There's no programs there for him, especially not for black kids. She's reached out to me. I don't know anybody there. If there's anybody in the state of Arizona that knows of any programs that reach out to inner city youth, and at-risk youth, reach out to me and give me that information so that I can get it to her. I'll do the best I can to the extent I can, but I'm limited. But again, and this is constant. And until you wear the burden and the weight of watching this happen every day, all day long, to people that you connect to and you have a heart for, then you could talk to me about what I have and what I do. I had to say that. And for the people who may have been offended by some of the things that I said, if you show love for me and you believe in me, I apologize. If you don't have no love for me, Craig, I don't have any love for you, to be honest. Just the way I feel. It's so easy to hit that unsubscribe button. I mean, again, that stuff doesn't impress me. You know, I know the more subscribers I have, the more reach I have, the more impact I have, because it's getting to more people. And over the long haul, you keep planting seeds. I know all that. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been putting in work and running business for a long time. I know all the importance of having it. But as far as making me feel good, you know, it makes me feel good when I'm able to reach one of those people and help them. And like I said, man, you don't know how close this came to destroying my family because I'm so sold off into it. You know, wait a minute. You can't keep helping people like that without resources coming in. You can't keep going into what our resources are helping people. That's not gonna work. I feel the same way, and I want to help people, but we're gonna have to do something different. And she was right. On that note, look, I'm getting out of here because everybody's worried about the wrong thing. Like I said, and if you don't like what I'm doing, get out there and get on it on your own. I got nothing but mad love for you. Get out there and do it on your own. Everybody can't be behind everybody, and I'm good with that. But the rationale behind those questions that came to me directly, if it had been something that was posted on a video, I probably wouldn't even give it a second thought. But you took the time to come straight at me. And it just said, for the people out there that's thinking it, but haven't said it, I just went on and addressed it. So on that note, look, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day.